Good evening, welcome back to Gooner Fanzine TV. We're in the shadows of the Emirates after attending Mikel Arteta's first press conference as Arsenal head coach on Friday afternoon. I'm here with Dan the Man Mountney, who attended the presser in his capacity as Arsenal correspondent for the Islington Gazette. I was there in my capacity as Arsenal correspondent for Varvel. So we're just going to sort of share our insights from a very, very impressive opening press conference from Mikel Arteta. What was your take then, Dan?
Well, I mean, going into it, I kind of had my doubts over his lack of experience, but wow. I mean, I'm so impressed. He spoke with such intelligence, passion, drive, determination. It was to the point, it was refreshing, he was honest, it was everything you could hope for and more, really. So, yeah, I'm very, very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I've got to say I was really, really impressed by his demeanour, by his articulacy, by his leadership, by the fact that he seemed to have a clear, coherent strategy. There was clarity in what he was trying to say. There was a vision there, while also there was an understanding that there are issues and big concerns and big problems that face the club, basically. It was very, very refreshing to see after 18 months of Unai Emery, wasn't it, really?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it was just so to the point. Like, everything he said, you knew what he was trying to say, and he was saying it effectively and communicating exactly what he wanted. I mean, the bit about, I know your kind of favourite line was we were talking about being ruthless. I mean, that was just, wow. I mean, we've not heard that in a long time, have we? And that's exactly what you want to hear, basically. Yeah,
absolutely, mate. Absolutely, you're right. It was my favourite line by far, because what does that say to the underperforming players in his squad now?
Yeah, well, buck up your ideas or you're gone, basically. That was the crux of what he was saying. So, I mean, exactly what you wanted to hear. If you're not doing well enough, you're out, you're getting the chop. I mean, there were plenty of underperforming players in the Arsenal squad at the moment. They should be really fearing for their future. Seriously, like they're going to have a massive culture shock when Arteta gets that first week in charge, first month in charge under his belt. They're going to be in for a big surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was obviously a sort of recognition that he said it was his dream job, but there was a steely resolve there straight away, wasn't there?
Yeah.
He was basically saying, look, don't mess with me, because you've got to buy into my plan, basically.
Yeah, well, he spoke about, obviously he was here the other week for the Man City game last weekend, and he said, I watched that and there wasn't enough energy, and there has to be more. And I mean, he's just exactly what I wanted. It's perfect. It was literally just, things are going to change here. There's going to be a change in the ethos, a change in the culture. There's going to be a big change here, basically, and we've seen that from just what he said today. So I'm expecting big things.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, you touched on the fact that he obviously came back last week with Man City. He was very disappointed in what he saw from an Arsenal point of view. Yeah. He's not going to take any prisoners, is he?
No. It's going to be cutthroat, and he's going to do it his way, and there's going to be nobody else telling him how to do it, basically. And I mean, the way he spoke about his passion for the club as well, he's going to give his all. He said, he was obviously, there was questions about his lack of experience, but he said, I understand the concerns over that, but I'm going to give every drop of blood I have for this football club. He said, when Arsenal come knocking, it's a knock that you can't ignore, especially when they're a club like Arsenal that are in his heart. And he spoke so many phrases like that, just about how much he loves this football club, and that's perfect. That was what we needed and what we want.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really refreshing to see, wasn't it? And obviously he was pictured with an Arsenal shirt. He was immaculately turned out. But
I mean, the Arsenal polo top and the suit trousers was a bit of a bizarre combo, but I mean, fair play to him.
Oh, for me, it always looks immaculately turned out compared to what I wear. It was great to see. On a serious note as well, he obviously was full of praise for his former mentor and boss Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. What was he saying again? I mean, we obviously heard what he was saying, but how would you sort of describe it?
Well, I mean, he was obviously asked about, why is Pep so successful, and have you learned from that? And he said, Pep is successful because he puts forward an idea and he gets people to buy into it, and he gets everyone to come together as a unit, and that's what makes him successful, basically. Obviously, he's a brilliant football manager, but the way he motivates people is the key factor. And he said, I'm going to try and do that here. I want people to understand the privilege of playing for this football club, and I want them to play for each other and play for me, and have that energy and desire and determination to just do the best they can for Arsenal Football Club. Perfect. Couldn't ask for more than that, really. Yeah. He obviously spoke a bit about Arsene Wenger as well, and he said, I always dreamed of playing for this football club when I was younger and when I was at Everton or whatever. And he said, Arsene Wenger gave him the opportunity to do that, and he's grateful for that. And he also said he wouldn't be in that seat today without Arsene Wenger. So big praise for two of the most influential managers ever. Yeah,
absolutely. There was obviously a nod to the fans too. He said he understood their concerns, certainly in terms of his lack of experience. He understood the concerns in terms of what the club's going through at the moment, which was great to see too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think the bit for me was he said, we want a better connection with the supporters, and that struck me as, he wants everyone to come together from himself to the supporters, to the players, the staff, everyone at this football club. He wants them to come together, because that's how things are going to change, and that's how Arsenal are going to be successful. Unity and doing things together. So again, just so impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, just in terms of Freddie Ljungberg as well, there was almost a sort of comic moment in the in the presser towards the end, wasn't there?
I mean, it was perfect time for Freddie Ljungberg. So obviously, Arteta was asked, are you going to be working alongside Freddie Ljungberg, who's been in the interim role? And Arteta basically said, I need to speak to Freddie about that. He mentioned that his backroom staff, the paperwork's been finalised on who he wants to bring in, so we'll wait and see whether Freddie is going to be involved. But during the presser, Freddie Ljungberg tweeted, he's looking forward to working with Mikel Arteta, which is a bit, as you say, a bit of a comical moment. Perfect timing, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the two of them can work together, because I think they're two brilliant Arsenal men who want the best for the football club, and that is the most important thing. So yeah, hopefully they can form a brilliant duo.
Absolutely. And just to clarify, in terms of tomorrow, Arteta was asked about what was going to happen. He obviously said he told Freddie, train him how you see fit, basically. So that would indicate Arteta's going to be in the stands, and Freddie's obviously going to be boss for tomorrow.
It's the right thing to do, isn't it? I mean, Arteta's not at a training session yet. Freddie's been leading them all week, as he has been for the past few weeks. I feel like Arteta probably will speak to him and have some kind of tactical impact or whatever, or go into the dressing room and G him up. I mean, if he says anything like he did today, they'll certainly be up for it. But yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. As I said, I think it's the right thing. So
many thanks to Dan the Man for coming from Mikel Arteta's press conference in his capacity as Arsenal correspondent for the Islington Gazette. I was there in my capacity as Arsenal correspondent for VARVL. Obviously, keep an eye out for our offerings from a very, very interesting afternoon at the Emirates, and stay tuned to Gooner Fanzine TV. You've heard our take on Arteta's hugely impressive first press conference as Arsenal boss today. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, share. We're really, really impressed by what's happened today in terms of what Arteta showed. His passion for the club, his intelligence, his articulacy.
Good things to come.
Good things to come. Absolutely. It's a new era's begin, and we're really excited. So as I say, like, comment, share. Thanks to all our new subscribers, growing all the time. Hope you like what we're putting out. Obviously, Dan's an experienced journalist, and so am I, and there's a lot more to come in terms of our output. So stay tuned to Gooner Fanzine TV, stay tuned to the Islington Gazette, stay tuned to the VARVL website too. Cheers.
Your longest outro ever.